fact is, when they start handing out a gang of motherfucking time, your partners are gonna fucking roll on you, just like mine did for me. Once they started talking numbers, like 25 plus, these motherfuckers just started pointing fingers so goddamn quick. Check it out, it's public record, my trial. I didn't say shit. I still didn't told them I ain't fucking there, I don't know what you're talking about. But this is how quick they convict a motherfucker in the system. Everyone was telling me, hey, San Diego County has a 98% conviction rate at trial. I said, good, I'm the fucking 2%. Let's fucking kick this shit off. Yeah, it was a big mistake in the end because I ended up with a shitload of time. But the fucking point is that I went in the courtroom. My lawyer already had a bomb-ass case. His case was that the victim had already told 14 different versions of this same story to police. So how could this new version he has be beyond a reasonable doubt? So my lawyer made him run through all 14 versions. And after each version of this motherfucking story that they're about to convict me on, he had him turn to the fucking jury and say, what's up with this version of the story? And the victim had to say, well, that was a lie. So after 14 versions of the story, they came to the 15th version. And he turns to the jury. He says, how can we believe this man and convict this man, Mr. Watson, on this case if he's admitted to telling you 14 different versions? How can we believe this version? They still fucking believe that shit. They went to P.F. Chang's. They got some orange chicken. They came back and said, fuck Wes Watson. But it's all good. A lot of people said fuck Wes Watson in my life, and I never took it personal. I just worked harder, and that's what I suggest you should do. But the point is that you can't win. You can't win going to trial. People beat murder trials. That's about it. I remember when the judge turns to the victim and he goes, is the man who did this to you in the courtroom? And he looks over, looks like a 13-year-old trying to barely look up from the ground and just plays it up. He goes, yeah, he's over there. And during this whole time, my chick was pregnant, sitting in the courtroom, and they kicked her out because I looked back at her with tears because I knew it was over. I knew I was getting fucking hung like a motherfucker. I knew it was done. I look back at her with tears in my eyes, and they kick her out the fucking courtroom. This is how grimy this system is. So just fucking be a good person. If a man is right, his world will be motherfucking right. And don't be a snitch-ass motherfucker like these fools. If you're gonna go do the crime, make sure you're ready to fucking do that shit like a man, because integrity is how you fucking treat people behind their back. You don't tell people you have integrity. When the shit hits a fan, you keep that shit 100 like I did, and you go do your motherfucking time. But I'd rather you change your life so you don't have to go do 10. You go do 10, you're gonna fucking end up everyone's gonna come tell you that you're too intense after you come out from living in that shithole for 10 fucking years. But really, you're just being yourself, trying to be a better man, and it's hard for them to look past it, but fuck those motherfuckers anyways. So long story short, my chick was pregnant. She was on heroin. She had a miscarriage at the time. And it broke my fucking heart. I don't use any of those drugs. She fucking fell into that shit when we were going through some hard times. And, it broke my fucking heart. And she told me she had that miscarriage 4 days after I was sentenced to 10 years. And one of the craziest things was the district attorney in my case, rest in peace. I wish no drama on nobody. I don't wish pain on anybody in their lives. I'm past all that. I've grown past all that. I think resentment is truly like drinking poison and wishing for the other person to fucking die. It's the most foolish thing alive. It only fucking harms us in the end. But this is what's crazy, is the fucking DA in my case killed herself on 11/11/11, which was my chick's birthday that she kicked out of the courtroom. I don't fucking know, man. I wish that would have never happened to anybody. And even the victim, one of the co-defendants in my case, who snitched on me tough, wanted me to get fucking all day. Like, these fools were hoping that they gave me all day, saying, don't let him out. If you let him out, he's gonna kill us. So they were trying to get me fully washed. Now this motherfucker got shot on my birthday. If the universe ain't a motherfucker, right? Karmic debt is real. Keep that shit 100, I'm telling you. So during this whole fucking shit, I'm just missing my girl. I'm barely talking to her. I could tell there's a disconnect. I mean, I'm gonna be gone for a fucking decade. And I'm just continually asking myself the question. I'm asking myself why. I'm feeling bad for myself. I'm in a cell for months, years fucking. I'm doing fucking long ass lockdowns. I'm in this cell for months on end, not talking to no one, not getting no mail, just waiting, just having these horrific long weekends. And then when Monday came, one time I went on this lockdown for a fucking year. And every fucking time the weekend came, I'm like, damn, I don't have a chance for mail to hear from my princess. Then Monday would come and I'd be happy because there was 5 more chances that I would hear from her and it would have made my life. I didn't hear from her for the whole motherfucking lockdown, and every fucking day it hurt. Every fucking day I asked that question, why? Why don't they write me? Why don't they love me? And what it did was it taught me unconditional love. It taught me just to go past all that shit and say, you know what? I just love you anyways. And that's the only way I could get through my day. So that's why I always pass that on to people who are going through relationship troubles or going through life troubles or family fucking quarrels, to just love them unconditionally and get past that shit. That shit is just eating you up inside. There's no way to live. The second you let go of it, the second you send love to the situation, it just disappears. It was one of the best lessons I ever learned, and I use it till this day in every fucking situation that I have some sort of argument or some negative energy in. I just give straight love to it. I understand. I know I've done it before in some form or fashion, so it just releases all the pain. But the court system, do not be fucking fooled. Just take the fucking plea. If they give you a plea, take that motherfucker. Try to barter them down. If they're saying 5 at 85, shoot them fucking say, hey, give me halftime with 3 years and take that shit, because you ain't gonna win. I always thought I was different. I'm glad I do think I'm different, but in this case, it ended up, in the long run, it ended up being a massive asset in my life, because going through those trials, going through those tribulations, and coming out on top turned me into the person I am today, which I wouldn't trade for nothing. But I'm still always going to say you don't have to go to prison to learn this type of shit. You should never seek going to prison to look a certain way, to have the tattoos, to look cool or something. You don't feel no different after you get some tattoos. You don't feel no different after you grow some muscles. You don't feel no different when you get a new car. You're still you. None of that shit changes you. Don't ever be fooled by that. The only thing that's ever going to change you is your solid character, your solid principles, and your fucking work ethic. All that other shit is fake, it's fraudulent, and it's all about appearances. People are trying to appear like they're something they're not instead of truly becoming it. So I always talk about that with my training when someone they want quick results, and I say, well, you're just trying to appear stronger instead of truly become it. If you're trying to become stronger, you talk about long view, you talk about consistency, you talk about going through it, you talk about the suffering, you talk about enjoying and learning to embrace this. This is what I'm all about, and this is how a true leader should always be. He should always be selfless. He should always say, I want you guys to work out 6 days, but I'm gonna work out 7. I'm gonna do more. I'm gonna be there with you. I'm not just telling you to go, I'm going with you, I'm going in front. The penitentiary is no fucking different. The streets are no different. It's character, conduct, and principles overall. Stop fucking waiting. It's never going to be the perfect time. In fact, it means a lot more if it's not the perfect time and you still see it through. Nobody is impervious to the negative self-talk or the motherfucking excuses that pop up in your head daily. Books can assist you. They can assist you. But it cannot be done through study. It can only be done through life. You want to know what blocks these messages? Overconsumption. Overconsumption of entertainment. Overconsumption of vices. Lack of suffering. Vague goals promote vague motherfucking results. You know exactly what you want. Don't you fucking lie to me. Don't you lie to yourself. In this life, clarity is power.